Hello, everyone. This is Rick, and welcome to Astral Club. This is Interview with the Spirit of Aleister Crowley. Before we get into it, though, let's talk about a few things. Patreon. Getting more and more folks every day signing up on Patreon. I'm really grateful for that. When you join, you get to go into the chat function to talk with everyone, a direct mail to me where I can answer questions or you can supply other information. There's advanced podcasts on Sunday, and there'll be a link in the description if you're interested. Next up, astral projection lessons. If you'd like a lesson to learn how to astral project, I'll be glad to work with you. We'll work with folks now all over the world. And if you're interested, there's an email in the description. Just ask for more information. Lastly, just want to mention that I have two podcasts every week, one at Wednesday, 2 p.m., and another at Saturday, 9 a.m., and that is Eastern Time, United States. Okay, let's get into it then. Who was Aleister Crowley and what did he do? Okay, he was born in 1875 and he died in 1947. He was an influential English occultist, ceremonial magician, writer, and mystic. He is best known for founding the religion of Thelema, or sometimes pronounced Thelema. There's numerous other pronunciations. This one kind of corresponds to the modern Greek pronunciation. Believe me, you can pick your own if you're interested. He claimed to be a prophet for a new era, and for his prolific writings on magic, mysticism, and philosophy. Crowley also explored various other fields, including poetry, painting, astrology, and mountaineering. He actually was, I think, the first one to launch a climb on K2. I don't believe it was successful, though, but that's a heck of a thing. Okay, there's a little bit more of a detailed look at his life and work I just want to mention so we're all on the same page. As an occultist and magician, he was deeply involved in Western esotericism. He joined the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn and later formed his own religious and magical order called the OTO, or Ordo Templi Orientis. He was the founder of Thelema. And he was, like I said, he claimed himself to be a prophet for the new era, the Aeon of Horus, and he established this new religious philosophy centered on the concept of do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. That is widely misinterpreted, and I do talk about it in this particular interview. I was a member of a group while I was in a couple years in college that practiced this particular religion. So I have a little bit of experience in its basic tenets. He was also a writer and social critic. He authored numerous books and articles on magic, that's magic with a K, philosophy, and his personal experiences, including Magic in Theory and Practice and the Book of the Law. I actually have the Book of the Law. I don't know what happened to my Magic in Theory and Practice. Oh well. I found myself, when I willed myself to this individual, his spirit, I found him in a dimly lit study. Now, my angel guide had advised me to dial up my sarcastic humor, as it would be my best chance to achieve a successful interview with Crowley's spirit. Of course, I was happy to oblige. You don't have to twist my arm if you want a little sarcasm. I just hope I didn't go overboard with it, but it is what it is. Okay, when I confronted him, there was a little bit of preamble. I don't want to get into that, but let's get right into the interview. I said, well, if this isn't the great beast himself, that was one of the things he called himself. He was like, he billed himself as very good PR. Billed himself as the most wickedest man in the world, the beast, which is, if you look in Revelations, they talk about the beast there that serves the Antichrist. It's a whole thing. He liked throwing those kind of terms around. Anyway, I said, Mr. Crowley, thanks for taking time out of your busy afterlife of baffling theosophists and scaring Sunday school teachers. He smirked. He was draped in a kind of astral robe that managed to look both regal and a little offensive. He then said, My dear Rick, time is but a delusion of the lower planes. I come and go as I please, and it pleases me to appear when summoned, especially when sarcasm is in the air. Delicious, he said. I said, well, you're welcome. So I've got to ask right off the bat, do you like being the poster child for every pentagram-obsessed teenager with a superiority complex? He replied, like? No. Deserve? Possibly. They see me in the shadow they cannot name. Most misinterpret me entirely. I wasn't promoting chaos. I was promoting will. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, not do whatever makes you feel cool in a graveyard. Whenever I write the word will in the sense of the way we're talking about it here, you will have noticed that I always put it in capital letters. Maybe that's because of my experience with Thelema in college, but well, be that as it may, it was certainly was something that we talked about a lot at the time, and I have a big belief in it when it comes to astral projection and getting about in the astral reliably. Okay, so then I said, okay, right. So not party hard, but summon harder. Got it. Let's talk about the phrase, do what thou wilt. People think it means I can do whatever I want. Is that just spiritual clickbait? He laughed a little. He said, astute. It's not license for idiocy. It's a call to discover and execute one's true will, the unique purpose the soul is meant to fulfill. It requires discipline, insight, and often great sacrifice. Sadly, most prefer indulgence to initiation. I replied, so it's less YOLO and more know thyself before you blow thyself up with bad magic. He answered, precisely. You have a charming way of butchering metaphysics. I said, thanks. It's one of my favorite hobbies. Now, let's talk about magic, or magick, with that pretentious little K you added. Why the spelling change? Branding? Hardly. The K is the 11th letter, symbolic of union, the magician's number, and it separates true ceremonial work from parlor tricks and stage illusions. Magic with a C is pulling a rabbit from a hat. Magic with a K is pulling your soul out of a hat and demanding it tell you the truth. Sounds exhausting. Did your soul ever talk back? He said, frequently. Sometimes it quoted poetry I hadn't written yet. Okay, spooky and kind of impressive. Speaking of spooky, let's address the whole Satan thing. Were you really worshiping the devil, or were you just trolling Victorian England? Trolling is such a mundane word. I was provoking consciousness. The devil, as the church defined him, was merely the shadow of their own hypocrisy. I used symbols to rattle cages, especially gilded ones. Lucifer, to me, was a bringer of light, not a pitchforked boogeyman. So basically, you were the original edgelord philosopher. Got it. I'll take that as a compliment, begrudgingly, he replied. You lived a wild life. Drugs, sex rituals, Himalayan death hikes. What was the point of all that? Personal growth or just fun? Both. Enlightenment is rarely found on a couch with tepid tea. Ecstasy, pain, ascent, and descent, these were my teachers. I sought the extremes to stretch the soul. Did I go too far? Often. But I went. That you did, I said. Final question, and be honest. In the afterlife, who were you surprised to see? He kind of smirked at me and said, St. Francis. Turns out we both talked to animals. I just didn't always ask for permission. I laughed at that. I said, all right, great beast, thanks for the chat. May your next incarnation come with fewer lawsuits and better PR. And then he said, and may your sarcasm evolve into wisdom eventually. Ouch. Love is the law. Love under will. Well, that was the interview. I know it answered a few questions that I had, or that I was a little hazy on. Hopefully you found it interesting too. If you did, please hit the like button, share it with those of like mind, subscribe if you haven't already. And then, questions, comments, I love to hear them. Did I lay on the sarcasm too thick? Perhaps guilty. But please share any questions that you might have and any comments that you do as well. This is Rick, and I will see you on the astral plane.